Tuesday, April 21st edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. A lot to talk about here in today's edition of the video. A lot to wrap up with our previous storm system. First of all, there's your highs yesterday up into the low 80s in some spots. And that fueled the development of a second round of thunderstorms later on into the afternoon and the evening hours yesterday. Some rain totals. These are 24-hour rain totals, midnight to midnight for yesterday. An inch and 3/4 in Shelby, over a half inch in Gastonia. There were some big-time flooding issues all totaled up, though, over the past several days. A lot of rain in some spots. There's your triad area rain totals. Again, it was scattered activity yesterday after that widespread heavy rain the previous day in many spots. Now, temperatures this morning cooling down. Still 60s over in the eastern Carolinas, but 40s and 50s replacing those 60s in many other spots as a cooler and drier air mass blows in here on some northwesterly winds behind a cold front. But let me kind of wrap up our previous system. First of all, there's the end of the showers and storms with that system over in northeastern North Carolina early this morning during the 5 o'clock hour. Now, this was the radar loop from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. yesterday. Had a morning wave of some showers and storms, and then there went an afternoon and even an evening wave of showers and thunderstorms. And this was pretty interesting. For a period of time, you basically had the entire Interstate 85 corridor from Atlanta to Charlotte under some type of severe weather warning yesterday afternoon as this afternoon activity fired up. That was certainly a very active day, and a lot of storm reports from North Georgia up into the Virginias and even points north and east from there. The upstate of South Carolina had a good number of those intense thunderstorms. Again, same story in northern Georgia too. Let me highlight some of the North Carolina reports here, though. There's your Charlotte metro area reports that have come in. That is that little green symbol in Gaston County. That's where the South Fork River was for a period of time at flood stage. And there's a few of the select reports. 1.5-inch diameter hail around Patterson Springs in Cleveland County. Had 1.3-inch diameter hail late yesterday in Belmont. 1.3-inch diameter hail in Huntersville, 4:30 yesterday. Up in the Triad area, there's the storm reports, and again, I'll highlight a few of those. 1.3-inch diameter hail around Winston-Salem. Summerfield reporting a 58-mile-per-hour wind gust with the storms, and then up around Eden, Rockingham County, an inch diameter hail there yesterday afternoon, too. So it was a pretty rough day. But that system's gone now. There goes that cold front out to sea, high pressure replacing it. And watch the trend in our dew point temperatures today. There comes that much drier air plunging on in here. And the result is going to be really a nice day. Much cooler and much drier, but a great day. Plenty of sun. There's your highs across the region. Tomorrow still looks pretty good. Now, late in the afternoon, I can't rule out a couple of showers as this front moves in, but I think those chances rather remote. And it will be a warmer day tomorrow just ahead of that next cold front. Highs well up into the 70s across most of North Carolina, some low 80s in South Carolina. And the briefest of shower chances Thursday. I'll show you that in the high-resolution modeling in just a moment. It doesn't look like a terribly big deal, but parts of South Carolina and southern North Carolina, especially the first half of Thursday, could see a few showers around before that high pressure builds in. Your Thursday highs cooler again across most of North Carolina. The weekend, and again, I'll show you this on the high-resolution modeling in just a second. Weekend looking kind of wet at times. The timing is a bit different on the various models, but some shower chances at least. Doesn't look overly heavy, nothing like what we saw Sunday. But a little bit of rain at least around with some cooler temperatures too. All right, so let's kind of step through the days here. This is today on the GFS model, high pressure over the Gulf Coast region building on in. And behind that front, there's a look at your low temperatures tonight down into the 40s. So it will be kind of a cool night out there for tonight. Tomorrow, another cold front moves through. You can see that dipping in the isobars there as that cold front moves through. So a pretty breezy day tomorrow. And again, it will be warmer with those highs back into the 70s. Now here we go. Tomorrow afternoon, you can see the GFS printing out just a little bit of precipitation. I think that's not going to be a big deal, but a few showers can't be ruled out very late in the afternoon or into the early evening tomorrow. And then there's your winds, pretty gusty winds tomorrow out of the southwest as that front approaches, so kind of a breezy day, but a nice day still for most of us. And then behind that front, Thursday morning, there's your low temperatures on the GFS, down into the 40s over much of the Piedmont, the northern foothills, and the mountains even dipping into the 30s on Thursday morning in some spots. Now, Again, I mentioned that brief rain chance Thursday. This is the GFS showing that little streak of some light rain over the area south of I-40 in North Carolina down into parts of South Carolina for a period of time Thursday. Doesn't look like a terribly big deal, and accordingly, you get temperatures held in check Thursday. I'm not going this cool, but I will go with some highs Thursday in the 60s across most of North Carolina. And then behind that little disturbance, high pressure builds in, and so it does look like a fairly chilly Friday morning. GFS tries to push lows down into the mid and upper 30s in the Piedmont zones, and at least some Piedmont zones Friday morning. Again, I have not gone that cool, but low 40s, a real possibility, maybe a couple of upper 30s mixed in. That's Friday morning. Now here we go with Saturday. And none of this is heavy, but the GFS indicating some rain moving into and through the region as we go through Saturday. And there's your afternoon precipitation Saturday. And then that is gone for Sunday. Sunday looks good on the GFS. Now the timing on the European is a little bit different here. This is Saturday on the European, and then there is Saturday evening. And the rain kind of lingers into at least Sunday morning. This is Sunday morning's precipitation on the European. So it doesn't clear out quite as quickly on the European modeling. Now behind the system, a couple of additional chilly mornings on the way. This is Sunday morning. Now again, with the slower timing of the European, it's not as cold on Sunday morning as what you see here on the GFS, but it's going with 30s Sunday morning and then 30s in many spots, even some 20s in the mountains Monday morning. So I guess I cannot totally eliminate the possibility of a frost in some spots here early next week. We'll see. Let's see. We're going out to then Tuesday of next week, and that's the next chance of some showers on the GFS model. A couple last panels to show you here. This is next Tuesday on the European. Pretty wet. It's much more bullish with that system around a week from now. And just notice this broad trough here in the eastern part of the country. Kind of a cool pattern that looks to persist here for the next couple of weeks. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.